It's GED question of the daytime, and it looks like we've got a word problem going on. So let's take a look here. A square has an area of 22.5 square yards. What is the perimeter of the square? So a couple of things you should always do when you go to look at a word problem. You should look at where you're going. What's the question? What are they asking us to find? And you should look at what you've been given. Where are you starting? What's the information we know? So I see where I'm going. I see what they're asking me to find here. It looks like we've been asked to find the perimeter of a square. What is the perimeter of a square? You might remember that the perimeter is the outside distance around a shape, or the distance around the outside of a shape. It's like a line around the outside of a shape. So that's what they've asked me to find, this perimeter. However, where am I starting? What do I need to do to get to this place is going to depend on where I'm starting. So let's take a look at what we've been given. Here's the thing we know, the thing we have a number for. We have, oh man, it looks like I have a typo. Y'all don't judge me too hard. Okay, we have an area of 22.5 square yards. So what is area? If you remember, area is the number of squares to cover a shape. So this particular square would be covered with 22.5 little square yards, which is a yard by yard square. Okay, so I've been given area. I want to make my way towards perimeter. Now, the interesting thing is if you, sorry, I gotta change my a pencil with here. I actually got a new toy to play with here to make videos on it. I'm hoping we'll have better quality videos, but y'all are gonna have to bear with me as I learn how to use it. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to consult the GED formula sheet, because I happen to know that I have an area. I have a formula for perimeter of a square. I've been asked to find perimeter of a square, and I have a formula for it. So I got the GED formula sheet right here. Let's take a look. Here I have it. If you take a look at the formula sheet here, you're going to see that indeed I do have a formula for the perimeter of a square. So I'm under perimeter, and I look across the square, and there it is. It says P equals 4S. P equals 4S, meaning the perimeter is equal to 4 times the side length. And so that's one of the first things I'm going to do here. I'm going to come up to my problem, and I know that I need to use this formula here. P equals 4S. I just can't decide what pencil width I like. I think that one's a little hard to read, isn't it? Hopefully I'll get better at this, guys. Okay, so we have this formula, P equals 4S. Now, the mistake a lot of students make is they just go, okay, and I'm going to write this in red because this is not what you do. They go, okay, well, I have a 4, I have a number, and I'll plug it in. Be careful. This formula says if you'd like to find perimeter, you need to multiply 4 times the side length. But 22.5 was not the side length. 22.5 was the area. Notice that nowhere in this formula is there an A for area. And that's because this formula calls for side length. And so what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to use the area to find the side length before we can even use this formula. We can't use this until we know the side length. I hope that makes sense. Let's write that down. That sounds super important. So here's the deal. We can't use this formula until we know what S is. So you're like, well, how are we going to figure out what S is? Well, notice what we do have. We do know the square's area. We do know the square's area. Let's go look at the area formula. I want to show you something cool here. So coming down here to look at the area formulas, you'll notice that the top of my formula sheet. This is the actual GED formula sheet that you'll get when you take the test. And the top of the formula sheet has area formulas. And take a look at this area of a square formula. I see area, that A for area, but I also see an S in that formula. Well, why is that? Because the area formula relates the area to the side length. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this formula to find my S. So let's go copy this formula down. Whoa. Okay. And then we will get started. Okay, so here's what I do know. I know that area formula is A equals S squared. And I know what my area is. So I'm going to plug in that area that I do know. I know my area is 22.5. And I know that's equal to S squared. Now, I don't know what S is equal to yet, but because I have this equation with the area plugged in, I'm able to figure out S. And so how am I going to do that? Well, this is an algebraic equation that I need to solve. I know it's an equation because of this equal sign here with the expression on either side. And I'm going to solve it by getting this S alone. That's how you solve an equation. You isolate the variable. So in order to do that, I need to do the opposite of squaring. You move things away by doing the opposite. The opposite of squaring is square rooting. Okay, so I'm going to put a square root sign here. Now, as I hope that you guys know, you cannot just change things in math class because you feel like it. You just took a square root out of nowhere, okay? The rule of algebra is you can do whatever you want as long as you do it to both sides of an equation. And so if I took the square root of the right-hand side, I'm going to take the square root of the left-hand side. And so you probably can hear my drawer opening right now because you know what time it is? It's time for my TI-30XS, my GED calculator. Okay, so on this right hand side, the square and the square root are just going to cancel so that my S will be alone. Anytime two things are inverses, they cancel. But this, I actually need to take the square root of. I need to take the square root of 22.5. And I have a feeling it's not going to be as pretty as I designed it to be, because I misplaced a decimal. Let's check it out. So 22.5 square rooted the square root of 22.5, and I get this nice ugly number 4.743 da 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 da. Okay. So what I figured out is that the side length of these this square is about 4.7. But careful, too many students stop right here. You did not figure out the perimeter. All you figured out is the side length. You need to finish up your work here and figure out all the way around the square. And so I think the easiest thing to do is just to take this number S that I know now and plug it into the perimeter formula. So in order to find the perimeter, you're going to have to take this number that you found and multiply it by 4, because a square has 4 equal sides. So I'm just not even going to delete this number from my calculator. I'm just going to go ahead and multiply it by 4. It's important not to round your number until the end of the problem. And so I get this. The perimeter is equal to 18.97 da 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 da. Okay, now, for my final act, I should round. Now, this particular problem did not give me any rounding directions, but I know I have to round because I have what's called an irrational number, a decimal that goes on without ending on its own. If you had a problem like this on the GED that didn't give you rounding directions, it would probably be multiple choice, so you wouldn't have to identify which place to round it to. You would just have to see which one was an actual rounded version of your answer. But let's just pretend like this particular problem told me to round it to the nearest whole number. So right at the decimal place, this number is 9, which is definitely big enough to matter. So before I throw it away, it is going to bump its buddy up. And so I see that the perimeter of my square is about 19 yards. It's not going to be square yards because perimeter is a linear measurement. It's just a line around the outside of a shape. And so it'll be 19 linear yards, plain old yards. Okay, great. If you have any questions about this problem, be sure to drop them in the comments.